Many Canadians hoping to work in the United States will face new challenges and delays when trying to obtain certain visas. Premium processing of H-1B visas, which allowed skilled workers to pay extra to get faster approval to work in the U.S., will no longer be available after April 3rd. But this could open up some opportunities for Canadian businesses, especially in the tech sector. Bergen is the Executive Director of the Council of Canadian Innovators. He joins me now. Good morning. Welcome to our program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So what do the immigration changes mean for the tech industry in Canada and the U.S.?
So I think that this provides an opportunity for Canada. And so what we're seeing in the United States is uncertainty through what's occurring with, obviously, the H-1B visa. And some of the other trends that we're seeing around feelings towards immigration in the United States. Whereas here in Canada, we're actually seeing something quite opposite. Minister Morneau, in the fall economic statement, announced the Global Skills Strategy, which is essentially a 2-week turnaround for highly skilled labor here in Canada. So it's becoming an opportunity for Canada, given the contrast with what's occurring in the United States.
So their loss could be our gain?
So I think that there is a desire for global talent in the tech sector everywhere. So this is not just a Canadian phenomenon or a U.S. phenomenon. It's global. And so potentially, obviously, the opportunity here, diversity being our strength, is that Canada could benefit unabashedly from our policy of openness, as we've seen with what is happening on the Global Skills Strategy.
How do these visa changes open up opportunities for companies here? And is it a level playing field? You've got the big tech giants in the United States, Canada, maybe not so much. So what sort of opportunities are there for people here to work?
So as I mentioned before, there's tremendous demand for highly skilled tech workers in the ICT sector. And so those positions are available. And our ability to process and to bring people to Canada faster is a benefit. And I think that those are some of the opportunities for the tech sector, especially when you contrast that with what is occurring in the U.S. Uncertainty, moving a family from another country and potentially going to a place that's uncertain, I think poses challenges. And I think given Canada's track record on multiculturalism, that's an opportunity that we should be using.
So it's not just all about business. There are certainly other characteristics that make Canada more appealing than the United States right now, is what you're saying?
Yes. So, I believe that obviously diversity is our strength, and that that should be used. So I think that obviously it's not just about multiculturalism, but it's also about economic opportunity as well, and that opportunity should be used.
Do you find that the Canadian tech sector typically looks outside of this country for talent?
So within scaling technology companies, there is a demand for global talent. So in Canada, we haven't had a strong success record, and you even kind of alluded to it, of companies that have scaled, medium to small size businesses into, billion-dollar companies. And so that expertise, whether it be in a CFO or another position, isn't readily available here to the same extent as other jurisdictions. So often when you're looking for that key person to come into your organization, it's hard to find that talent here in Canada. But the benefit of bringing someone who has that skill set is that you often create additional jobs that spill over from that. So acts as a bit of a hub, and then an educational and knowledge transfer to Canadian workers.
All right, Bergen, Executive Director of the Council of Canadian Innovators. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.